It's all coming up in a few minutes.
Breaking news right now, 3 people have been found shot in their Dearborn home. 2 of them, twin boys, are dead. Now, this is what we know right now. This evening, a father went to check on his 34-year-old daughter and her 5-year-old twin boys. He discovered all 3 had been shot. The woman was still alive when emergency crews arrived, but the 2 boys had already died. Fox 2's Sandra Ali is at the scene right now working to get more information. Thunderstorms are preventing us from bringing you a live report, but we will have an update from her later in this newscast.
Tonight, a Detroit neighborhood is on alert after a string of fires. Investigators think they're dealing with a pro. They've even nicknamed him the backdoor arsonist. Tonight, he struck again. Fox 2's Eric Leaf was there.
Investigators definitely believe they have an arsonist on the loose. And this house fire, they believe, is the second he set just today alone. And in this neighborhood, investigators say they are averaging 1 arson fire every day. People living here are getting worried.
Who's going to be next? It could be somebody who's living in those houses.
Fear spreading as fast as the flames inside another East Side home.
That's real frightening. The unknown is always frightening.
Frightening because firefighters battling more than a single blaze. They say they're fighting an arsonist.
It's personal to me, it's personal to all the firefighters on the job.
One of those firefighters nearly killed inside this home early Wednesday morning. Again, investigators believe torched by the same person, now being called the backdoor arsonist because all of the fires start in the back of the home.
It's a great concern. You know, when our lives are in danger, when you're talking about arsons like that.
As people in this neighborhood go to sleep tonight wondering whether or not their home will be next. A firefighter who was injured earlier today is in temporary serious condition. Investigators say he is expected to make a recovery. We're on Detroit's East Side tonight. Eric Leaf, Fox 2 News.
If you have any information about these fires, there is a $5,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of the tiger cub is found shot to death. This 6-month-old Bengal tiger was found on Barron Street in the Delray area of Detroit today. Police believe it was someone's exotic pet. The Humane Society is also investigating. They say if someone wants to get rid of an exotic pet, killing is not the answer.
We've never found a cat like this. You know, we've removed large cats before, and we've had people call us to pick up large cats. But we've never found one dumped like that, and there's really no need for it. All they'd have to do is call us.
The shooter could face felony charges in this case. They say the animal could have been bought in Ohio, where keeping exotic pets is legal.
Turning to weather, some thunder and lightning across parts of Metro Detroit.
Weather authority Chris Edwards outside on the patio right now with the first forecast. Chris.
And that thunder and lightning being going on right here on the weather patio right now. It's unusual in mid-November, but we've had unusually warm weather. Take a look. We're on storm alert at this hour. And over the last hour, a line of scattered showers and thunderstorms are moving eastward across the metro area. But there is some redevelopment on the western flank, so it might be another hour or 2 before this particular line of showers and storms gets through. We'll call for showers to be likely for a good part of the night. Spotty thunder the next few hours. Low about 51 degrees with a southwesterly wind at about 10 miles per hour. It is wet out here, but it's not going to stay that way. I will have news that's up and down as we head toward the weekend in just a few. Monica?
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. Thank you. Tonight, investigators have new information about the mysterious crash of this American Airlines plane, Flight 587 in Queens, New York. All 260 people on board were killed, along with 5 others on the ground. Investigators are looking into whether wake turbulence may have played a role in the crash of American Airlines Flight 587. The National Transportation Safety Board now says the Airbus A300 took off from Kennedy Airport about 90 seconds after another plane. FAA rules say flights must be spaced at least 2 minutes apart. Wake turbulence, the swirl of air behind a plane, can endanger planes flying too close. Investigators say so far, nothing points to terrorism.
There is no evidence of a bomb. There is no evidence of sabotage to this point. I continue to stress we are vigilant about this, as is the FBI.
One of the plane's engines was removed from a backyard about 3 blocks from the crash site. Both engines were relatively intact and have now been taken to a hangar at Kennedy Airport. Safety records show the same plane was severely shaken by air turbulence 7 years ago. 47 people were hurt. Aviation consultants say the plane could have been weakened then. The NTSB is reviewing the 1994 incident.
Tonight, 8 foreign aid workers held by the Taliban since August are free. The Pentagon confirms the workers were released today and are heading to Pakistan. The aid workers, 2 of them American, were arrested by the Taliban on charges of trying to convert Muslims to Christianity. President Bush made the announcement from his home in Texas.
I am glad to report to the American people that this chapter of the Afghan theater has ended in a very positive and constructive way. I'm also thankful for the folks in Afghanistan who helped with this rescue.
The Pentagon is not releasing details of how they freed the Americans. All 8 workers are reportedly in good condition.
New developments in Afghanistan tonight as America strikes back. U.S. officials say jet fighters struck a building known to house senior al-Qaeda officers. Right now, the military is assessing the damage. This latest news comes just hours after the Taliban surrendered the eastern city of Jalalabad and one day after deserting the capital city of Kabul. But the Taliban says they're regrouping now and Osama bin Laden is alive and safe. British Prime Minister Tony Blair says there is new evidence tying Osama bin Laden to September's terror attacks. This latest proof comes from a videotaped message released by bin Laden last month. Blair's office says bin Laden tells supporters, quote, "The battle has been moved inside America," end quote. The new evidence also claims most of the hijackers had links with the al-Qaeda. The announcement came just as a group of British troops took off for Afghanistan.
Here at home tonight, there are plans to expand the investigation into the September attack on America, but some Metro Detroiters fear that expansion will trample on their civil rights. Many Arab American students openly practice their religion at the University of Michigan in Dearborn, but now some are worried they might be rounded up for questioning simply because they were born in another country. The reason? The Justice Department wants to talk to 5,000 men between the ages of 18 and 33 who came to the U.S. on student, business, or tourist visas since January of 2000.
They start throwing people in concentration camps again. You never know.
People might start thinking, what are we trying to do here? What's the country aiming for?
Now, the government says that the men they want to talk to are not suspects, just people who may have helpful information in the investigation. Meanwhile, several local Air Force reservists are answering the call to duty. This plane carried members of the 927th Air Refueling and Security Wing to their new mission this morning. The troops said goodbye to their friends and families as they head to places unknown. For security reasons, the Air Force won't tell us where the troops will be stationed. It could be a long tour of duty. They expect to be away from home for the holidays.
The movie isn't even out yet, and already Harry Potter tickets, well, they're disappearing like magic. Some parents are even letting their kids play hooky from school to watch the flick when it opens Friday. Fox 2's Robin Schwartz has more on the Harry Potter hoopla from Birmingham.
And the big film opens just in time to be shown here at the brand new Palladium Theater in Birmingham. Thousands of parents and kids are making their Harry Potter plans.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what? He magically appears in theaters at the stroke of midnight tomorrow, but Harry Potter has already cast his spell.
Wow.
20,000 advance tickets for the movie have already been sold at Star Theaters across Metro Detroit, and they're counting down to the crowds.
A lot of excitement. We've been getting calls for probably 3 or 4 weeks.
9-year-old Joseph Grassi of Warren has been waiting longer than that. You can tell from this collection. He's been a Harry Potter fan for years, and he can't wait to see the boy wizard on the big screen.
Because it looks really, 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 really cool.
His mom agrees. In fact, the whole family has more than a dozen advance tickets for Friday at noon. It seems Harry Potter even has the power to make kids miss school.
The teachers know he's read the whole book, all the books, and they know he's excited about it too. And we're making up the work, so it's not like he's not making up the work, and we just think it's worth it.
And the other alternative, catching one of the midnight shows that gets out sometime after 2 in the morning, also doesn't work too well for children who have to be in school. In Birmingham, Robin Schwartz, Fox 2 News.
Well, as you just saw, Birmingham has a new theater complex. It opens to the public Friday, but we have a preview inside tonight. It's news that works for your entertainment right now. The state-of-art Uptown Palladium features 12 theaters, and one of those theaters is the height of...
I don't feel that was fair to my family, and being that nothing happened to that man just is telling him, hey, no one cares, you can go out and do that again, it doesn't matter. And I don't think that's safe for me. There have always been consequences.
1910. In all states, there are anti-abortion laws, except in Kentucky, where abortion is totally illegal. 1915. Dr. Eva Shaver performs an abortion on Anna Johnson. She dies. This event triggers public outrage and the prosecution of criminal abortionists. 1921. New York City finds a total of 144 deaths from abortion. It's not the kids, it's the mothers. 1926. Dr. Thomas Walsh chops his patient up after she dies and puts her pieces in a cardboard box.
That's
1928. The first person in Illinois is sentenced to die by the electric chair.
To a party, and that she had slept with someone at the party.
Her up and wrapped her body in Christmas wrapping paper. 1957. Studies show an increased risk of breast cancer in women who have abortion. There's not as many physical problems now, but
That's not good.
Problems.
I didn't do anything. It says battery on it, though.
Abortion is the killing of a fetus by removing the fetus from the womb. The unborn child is alive before the abortion, and there is strong evidence the unborn child can feel pain as early as 12 weeks. The mother also feels pain physically and emotionally. There are alternatives to abortion. You can put the child up for adoption, or you can take care of the child that you are responsible for making. If people think that they're responsible enough to have sex, then they should be responsible enough to take consequences. To help prevent this problem, don't have sex or be protected with condoms or birth control.
More than all the rest of the prescribed headache and painkiller medicines. Bayer gets rid of headaches and common joint pains all over the body. You want Bayer at home and on vacation because you don't want to tell your kids, or you don't want your kids to get upset when you tell them you can't go to Disneyland or any other place that you're supposed to go because of a joint pain or headache. And at work, for those very stressful days, you just sit in meetings all day, listen to them speak or talk. Bayer comes in small bottles, easy to carry in purses or keep in your shelves at home. Bayer is also good for having with you when you have a heart attack. It actually contains a certain vitamin that calms the heart. Bayer is proven around the world by most doctors that it is effective against almost all pain. Bayer was also proven to be safer for children. It's safer than aspirin. Aspirin is bad for children because it can cause Rye syndrome.